It's Talk Erie and the Joel and Natalie Show. We're live from our Kingdom Financial Group studio here at 5th and State, and also live on Facebook and on YouTube. We're having the crucial conversations that Erie needs, and right now we're having a neighborhood conversation. I don't know, what we call this, a block party? I mean, we'll call it whatever we want to, right? So I want to go around the bend here and introduce you to some of our neighbors here on State Street. Louis Jeremita, he is the owner of Primo Tailoring. Louis, good to see you again, sir.
It's good to see you as well.
Appreciate it here. Now we've got Tom McQueenie and Tony Arrigo. They're from Hazard Mini Golf Social Club. Tom and Tony, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
You got it. And we have Amanda Serafini from Serafini's Trattoria. We got it there. Amanda, welcome.
Thank you.
All righty, we're going to start with you since you're kind of the new kid on the block, right?
Yeah.
And literally your ribbon cutting was Friday.
Yeah.
How was the weekend?
It was a crazy busy weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we served over 300 guests this weekend. Gallons and gallons of sauce. Over 40 pounds of meatballs went out the door. 6 lasagnas. It's a busy weekend.
So compare that to when you had kind of the ghost kitchen going, like you were telling us on Friday. You know, you were taking orders and, you know, kind of a make-to-order type of thing.
Right.
What would have been your volume on a really good week for your ghost kitchen?
We were averaging about 20 gallons of sauce a week, and that was one day of cooking and one day of pickups.
And so compared to that, how much gallons of sauce?
We're doubling it.
Okay.
It's nice because the ghost kitchen was very limited. It was sauce, meatballs, wedding soup, and Italian and French dressing. So people have more options now. So we are making more, but it's leveled out with our expanded menu from there.
Okay. Do you feel like your approach, and again, you revived the Serafini's brand and the recipes, right, from 12th Street. Can you kind of tell us a little bit of that journey as far as, COVID shutting down the 12th Street location and just how it came to here?
Sure. So it started, I'll try to be short here, after the closure of the restaurant, and it was March of 2020 when COVID hit. My family did not own that location and the restaurant anymore. It was sold out of our family in 95. So with the closure of 12th Street in 2020 and with no signs of it reopening, I didn't want the Serafini name to die out in the community. There was a high demand for it, and it's always meant so much to my family. And due to unfortunate reasons, we had to sell in 95. So to be able to bring that back to my family and to the Erie community is really special.
And so you started this ghost kitchen. You were like at St. Martin's or something.
Yeah,
right?
we were at St. Mark's Church.
St. Mark's, okay.
On Old French Road.
That's amazing. Yeah. And did demand really kind of jump immediately once people found out that you were doing the old recipes?
It did. So we initially started practicing at my house, my husband and I, just close friends and family, while we were practicing, getting feedback. And then once we got it down, St. Mark's offered up their kitchen to us, which is great. I grew up going to that church. My mom still goes there. So to be back in the church and for them to help us and us help them, it was a mutually beneficial partnership.
At some point, the call came from Drew Whiting. Can you describe that a little bit?
Yeah, so that happened July last year, July 2024. He reached out to me, sent me a Facebook message. I didn't know him. I really didn't know much of the EDDC. My husband and I met with him and my father, and we toured Bricks in early August of last year. And it was definitely something that was not on our bingo card to do. The opportunity just presented itself to us, and we eventually, January of this year, we took many months to sit on it, and we had a lot of things in our personal lives going on where a restaurant was just out of the question. I told Drew, I said, if you have a plan B, get someone else in there if you need someone. And he said, no, the space is yours whenever you're ready. So we took our time and really thought about it and decided to go forward in January. And here we are.
It's amazing. We'll talk about the space here in a second here, but obviously as soon as this became public, I mean, lots of demand, lots of interest, right?
Right.
Yeah, really, really remarkable. Let's bounce over to our friends from Hazard's Mini Golf Social Club. Again, you guys have. This is not your first rodeo. Can you tell us a little bit about your origin story, Tom?
Yeah, actually, Tony might be better to handle.
Okay,
this.
Tony, go ahead. Yeah.
I was laughing when you were talking about the ribbon cutting because we actually never did that. We never did a grand opening.
Neither did we. We've been going on for 3 years, no ribbon cutting. But.
Yeah, maybe the year anniversary. Maybe we'll.
That's right. Yeah, 1 year we'll do the.
But yeah,
there you go.
It all started with Tony, so he could probably tell you.
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
All right, I guess I'll take that. Yeah. So
what businesses were you in before this? Right?
Okay, so my family, we currently own Beechwood Golf Club, so up on I-90, Serafini there. So we've been doing that for 13 years now, and honestly, kind of out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, but before Drew was at the EDDC, it was John Persinger and Matt Wachter, and I can remember January, Tuesday maybe it was, they just called up and said, hey, what are your thoughts about a space downtown? Because we have simulators up at Beechwood. They're like, what are your thoughts of bringing that downtown? And, we're looking for kind of like a sports bar, cool hangout idea. And I'm like, you know what, I've thought about that a while too, and so let's see what we can do. And just started meeting with them, had some other kind of friends involved, and basically started talking to Tom about it. I don't know, it feels like a decade ago, but I think it was like 3 years-ish, right? When we start.
I think it's close to 4
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So,
wow.
but yeah, so we kind of got the ball rolling with those guys. It took some time to get there. It was, everybody here probably has the same story of the build out and all that fun stuff, but had some good ideas, and then the transition from John to Drew, and we just started going with new ideas because we started talking to Drew and his business partner Chase.
Yeah,
they're
up
they're
at
the
Five
Iron
Iron,
guys,
yeah.
right? And we're like, we can't have two simulator places this close together, It's so that's when we kind of started spitballing the idea of the mini golf and checking out all those big places around. Big cities have like the putteries and putt shacks, which are pretty cool places. And I was like, we probably don't have the budget for that, but we can get somewhere near that and make something similar and cool like those places.
You're calling it a social club. Can you tell us a little bit about what that business part of it is?
We just bounce around name
Okay.
ideas pretty much, and we like the idea of social being in the name, just for no real reason. We like the name, and just it's actually a social pub. We didn't want to call it a club because we don't want to. We don't want people to think it was exclusive.
Or that you need membership.
Right.
Yeah.
And we also wanted some way to, mini golf, you think kids and families, pub, you think bar only. So we had to kind of come up with a name that everybody could kind of feel welcome there at the same time. We want to make sure they know families and kids are allowed, and it's like welcoming to that, but it's also, hey, if you just want to have a drink after work, you can do that too.
And when did you guys open up?
We opened up the very end of last year, so I believe it was December 27th.
Yeah, right after Christmas, I think our liquor license was
It
approved.
seems like it would really flourish in cold weather, right? That seems to be
course,
kind
yeah.
of the...
Unfortunately, we're kind of waiting for cold weather to come back.
Yeah, don't tell anybody else.
That's right. I've never said that in my life until this year.
Yeah,
I wish it would rain out there, man.
yeah.
And so it's a full service bar and also the putt-putt. Yeah, I shouldn't call it putt-putt. Mini golf, yeah.
Yeah, either way. I think putt-putt's okay.
Yeah.
But full bar. We have 18 holes mini golf. We have one simulator that we just got up and running. We have a few arcade games. A brand new Golden Tee that people really seem to enjoy. We have pinball, which
Sweet.
I've been loving.
Yeah.
I think I've played the most. So
So, I mean, it's kind of Dave and Bustery, kind of? Is that kind of an
small,
aspiration?
Yeah, very small footprint of that. The mini golf course is It was pretty cool. We got a lot of eerie different things in there. That was kind of our goal. The front nine's more kind of based on like golf movies or different movies, and Tom's did a good job kind of with the decor of that. And the back nine is where you see some eerie flair, eerie
So
idea.
18 holes inside in an old building like that, like the Benell building.
Everyone that comes up there says it's much bigger than they expected.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's possible, but yeah. We got a golf cart up there too, and we can't tell that story of how we did because Drew might be listening, so we don't want to know. But no.
Minimums might have been violated. Let's go to Lewis here, and Primo Tailoring now got to be in, what year are you in now? 3 years?
Yeah, so we opened in November of 21.
So that's before we got here.
So yeah, that would be going on probably about 4 years almost.
Yeah, and again, you were a tailor for Baker's, right?
Yeah, so I started off at Baker's a number of years ago, learning kind of the craft there. And then when COVID kind of shut us all down, kind of gave me some time to think and ruminating on some business ideas, and here we are today.
Something that I think would be important for everybody that is in this Flagship City District to understand is that you are kind of a proof of concept of a retail establishment where people are coming from all over the county and regionally to Erie downtown to get their services done.
Yeah, so I would extend a lot of thanks and credit to the early EDDC staff for bringing us on, because it was a huge risk to bring myself, who at the time had no business experience whatsoever running anything, to bring in a high-end, I don't want to say luxury, but definitely high quality, high price point retailer to the downtown area so early on. And yeah, praise the Lord, it's been going good so far.
That's fantastic. And you are getting ready to expand. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have another location down in Pittsburgh that we've soft opened, you could say, the last 2 weeks. Kind of like a adoption of the things that we're doing up in Erie, but kind of condensed into more of like a showroom experience. So very limited retail, but mostly focusing on the custom and alteration aspect of things. We've had a lot of customers drive up from Pittsburgh to get stuff done through us, and has just over time just really expressed a need for it in that area. So we had a pretty awesome opportunity open up for us, and we just kind of took the leap and in the middle of getting all that put together.
Can you tell us the neighborhood where that's at?
Yeah, so we're in the north side, North Shore area,
Okay.
right on Western Avenue. So if you're familiar where like the Mexican War Streets are, or where the National Aviary is, we're right in that neighborhood.
So that is not, where the mall is, or Ross Park or whatever.
Well,
this is in a neighborhood near the hospitals.
Yeah, so when we first started looking, because I'm originally from Pittsburgh, that area was like a no-fly zone.
No, I
Like,
know.
Don't hit it up
North
at all.
side, right?
So we weren't thinking about moving there whatsoever until we found a location that was kind of perfectly positioned, where we wanted to be close to the downtown, but not physically in downtown. The price was right, and the more that we're learning about it, it's really an up-and-coming neighborhood.
Kind of being gentrified a little bit?
Yeah, so like Lawrenceville and Strip District are kind of like the big name ones down there, but you can kind of see that this area is on the upswing, kind of following their pattern.
All right, we're talking to our friends here from the Flagship City District. We've got to take our first break here. Stay with us. It's 20 after 4. Talk Erie. We're talking about businesses flourishing here in the immediate area around the radio station, our 429 State Street studios, the shops on 5th and State. Louis from Primo Tailoring, Tom and Tony from Hazard Mini Golf, and Amanda from Serafini's Trattoria. All right. I don't know. I guess I want to be flourishy with that, Amanda, but that's cool. I want to talk about the concept of coming downtown because, and we'll go back to Amanda here. I asked you this on Friday at the ribbon cutting. This restaurant, it made its name on 12th Street, although I think it even started earlier, closer to the city. You could have a restaurant in Mill Creek, West Mill Creek, or Fairview, whatever. But you chose downtown. What were some of the thoughts about all that?
We saw the growth and potential that downtown has, and being an Erieite, I wanted to be a part of that growth, and I wanted to help the downtown reach their potential and goal, and bringing a name like Serafini's downtown really aligned with the EDDC's vision and mission.
I'm assuming you're like a millennial, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your friends? Your friends that live in the suburbs. What do they think about coming downtown to grab a meal or go to a show or go to a ball game or whatever?
So far, they love it. They love being able to come downtown and enjoy a meal and the type of atmosphere that we can provide. Our service has generally been pretty quick, so if people want to come in before they catch a show at 7 or have an Otters game or baseball game to go to, we can accommodate that and give them a quick turn. Down the road, we will be launching QR code ordering, so people can come in on lunch or dinner and they don't have to wait for a server. They can just order right away, and we know that they're in a rush and want to, speed up and get in and out.
Oh, wow. That's a new technology coming to this.
Yeah.
How about you guys, Tom and Tony? As far as you're used to that suburban, approach to business here, and you're dropping right in the middle of downtown. You remember this used to be Skid Row growing up, and now here we are with these vibrant shops and things.
Yeah, at least for me, and I know Tom, same thing. When we started this whole journey, and that was kind of the whole thing of it was the fact they're doing so much kind of in so little time. Like it feels like a long time, but it's also a very short period of time. Like we would never have put together a mini golf bar and just dropped it down here 5 years ago if the EDDC wasn't here, right? So you got to give those guys, all them, a lot of credit. Everybody who's been a part of that, because again, wouldn't have put it right here. We probably would have put it in, they said, West Erie Plaza or Fairview or wherever, because it wouldn't have made sense. But this, with everybody here, Louis here, Serafini's here now, and all the stuff, Ascend and everything else they're doing, it just makes sense. There's a lot of stuff coming to this area. And you asked the question about like friends coming down. Now they don't mind coming down because they got mini golf and a bar, food now, great food now. So it's going to be a big change up for the nightlife for sure down here.
Do you think? I haven't talked to you guys since the NFL season started. Is that going to be a nice driver for you all to watch games and grab a beer? Hang out, have the kids maybe play some golf or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. We have I think 30 TVs, at least 30 TVs. Throughout the space, including on the course. So you're not going to miss a game if you decide to play or you decide to play in the simulator. So yeah, it's been great so far with the NFL. And once we get in a partnership with Serafini's pretty soon, hopefully.
That's awesome.
We'll get some food up in our space. And right now we just offer kind of small snacks. Sell a lot of hot dogs and like chips and stuff.
Sure.
But once we get like some real good food involved, I think a lot more people will come down and watch a game and enjoy.
Do you anticipate like leagues or something? For the mini golf and so on?
Oh yeah, we've had
already. We started them last January. We were open for a week, and we started leagues last year. I think we had 2 nights a week. They were big for us when we first started.
Really? Yeah. So when you think about they have the what is it? The curling. People want to do things in the wintertime, especially, right?
What's tonight? Tonight's league. That's mainly why I'm down here. Actually, I should be at my other day job, but we have beat the owners tonight in our league. So me and Tom are gonna go out, play around a mini golf, and hopefully nobody beats us. But you never know. I haven't played in 6 months, so we'll see.
I mean, are you able to drain it pretty easily?
Hope so.
Well, yeah, I know the secrets.
You know the secret spot here.
Me and my dad built the course, so so I
okay.
know what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I love how it does. I think it if you took a wide shot, it does say Erie, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yep, that's
Correct. Yep.
on the back 9.
On the back 9 there. Again, you were kind of expanding, Lewis, to you have your showroom in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
You have your showroom here, but you're also building some production capabilities upstairs.
Yeah.
Where you are? Talk about that.
Yeah, so we're hoping to, our goal at starting off was to start doing more in-house production, bring some made in Erie products to the marketplace. We're starting to finally take the baby steps in doing that. We acquired the back half of the 3rd floor of our building, and we're in the process of getting quotes to get it built out to expand our tailor shop. That'll allow us to open up different revenues for other white labeled tailoring services for other stores, but also increase the size of our tailoring staff to take on the extra workload we've been getting, as well as create products from scratch out of our space.
Are you guys all doing okay with workforce? Again, it's one thing to get customers, but then you also have to have workers that are saying, "Yeah, I'll come down and find a parking space." And what do you think, Amanda? You're giving me the side eye there. You know, is that's a sore subject a little bit?
We thought we were great to initially start.
Yeah.
I'm learning that in this industry, we have employees that are dropping like flies.
Is it location reasons, or is it just that the restaurant and hospitality business in general is just a tough business to keep employees sometimes?
I don't. It's definitely not location.
Okay.
I think it's just how the industry is. Ideally by this point, I wanted to have our full menu launched, have full hours of operation launched, but we don't have the staffing to be able to accommodate those hours and such a large menu. We're in the process right now of hiring back of house. We probably need about 8 more people back of house before we can fully launch all of our hours and our full menu. Front of house, we're great on staffing. We have plenty of servers and bartenders.
They seem to be very efficient and friendly. So at least what I found on Friday here. We're going to take our bottom of the hour news break. We are with our neighbors here on the shops at 5th and State, the Flagship City District, from Primo Tailoring, Hazard Mini Golf, and Serafini. Stay with us. Talk Erie and the Joel Natale Show. We're having a lively conversation here in our 429 State Street Kingdom Financial Group studios here with our neighbors. We have Louis Jeremita from Primo Tailoring, Tom McQueenie and Tony Arrigo from Hazard Mini Golf Social Pub, and Amanda Serafini from Serafini's Trattoria. Trattoria. I'll get it. I want to go Italian. It's just one of those things. We're talking about some of the really the amazing transformation of what used to be. I mean, where we're sitting now, across the street was the McDonald's, which had the fame of being kind of the opioid overdose capital of the city, and here we are with every apartment is packed, and now all of these buildings now are nearly to capacity with shops. I mean, we go down the street here, we've got Rita's and Subway, and then the Dollhouse and Primo, and then you go upstairs and you've got Hazards, and you have the Brig Cigar Lounge, and of course at the cashier's house it's now Serafini's, and Erie Arts and Culture around here, and you've got offices for the EDDC here. I mean, this is an incredible turnaround. Is that a part of the drive to have you guys say, I'm going to take a risk on downtown too, kind of like proof of concept? Tony and Tom, weigh in on that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing about downtown is I went to college at Barron, so my college years I came downtown quite a bit for events and go to the bars and stuff. A lot of those places aren't here anymore, so a lot of stuff's dying out. So it was nice to see specifically this block building back up with new places, and that's, at least for me, I always wanted to have a place on State Street, and I'm thrilled that we can, and a place kind of a little different than everywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, but are the days of like places just rocking like a Sherlock's or like the old Scully's Pub, are those behind us? Because kids these days they don't drink like.
Right?
Like we did.
Like y'all did, right? Yeah. I mean, they were saying that consumption is down, right?
For sure, overall, let alone the kids 21 to 30, which you would think would be like our major demographic. When we were all 21 to 30, we would have been at this place 6 days a week probably, and just looking for the quarter drafts and the whatever else they have.
Right.
And, but yeah, it's a little different now, and that's kind of why we went with the mini golf model, because like everybody wants something to do, whether it's us millennials, I think we are, right? We were saying earlier, or younger or older, like something to do, whether it's with the kids, the grandkids, your cousins, whatever. People like that, something to do, not just sitting at the bar drinking, I don't think anymore. That's kind of like, that's past its prime, however you want to say that.
Now, you guys have tried music, though, too, right? I mean, you do that kind of thing.
Yep.
Talk about how successful that is.
So we've, in the summer, we did music on Sundays. Right now, we're doing Thursdays and Fridays. And it's been great. Is
it a big deal, like when Gannon comes back?
Yeah.
I mean, are you noticing that a little
same
bit?
thing, like not as much as you would think, like, right? You would think college kids 15, 20 years ago would flock back to a place like ours, but it doesn't seem like that. I see, in my mind at least, when I'm there in the winter's time, it seems like there's a lot more, I would say 25 to 45, maybe 30 to 45, like more people our age seem to be there more. Not saying that's the only people that are there, but...
The funny thing is we can't really like nail down our demographic because we have people of all ages. So we do have college kids, and we'll have groups of young people. We'll have a 21st birthday party there. But then, like last night, we had in our league we had 2 different couples in their 70s. So
that's cool.
So like we have, it's hard to say depending on who's playing, music wise. If we have depending on the type of music, we'll see different types of people. But that's kind of what we want to do. We want to include everybody, and so far it's been pretty good.
Amanda, weigh in on like who might be your target demographic. I mean, Serafini's is a family restaurant.
It is, and surprisingly, we haven't had many children come yet.
Okay.
We did launch our kids menu just before grand opening during our soft. But we welcome families, of course. We brought back some of the traditional kids things that my family used to do at the original restaurant. At the end of the meal, kids will get their little fun-size M&M bags. We brought back the Serafini's Mickey Mouse drink that was on our kids' menu. And we have cute little kids placemat menus for them with tic-tac-toe and a search and find and things to color. And yeah, we welcome all demographics, all ages. We've had definitely a younger crowd come in wanting to check out the new hotspot downtown.
Right.
And then we've also had people from the very original restaurant that was down on F Street. One woman was in over the weekend, and she said, my mom took me to the opening in 1938 when I was just a baby.
Goodness.
And hearing people's memories and stories of my grandparents and great-grandparents is really comforting and reassuring that we made the right decision to continue this on.
You have around, what, 60 seats?
Currently.
Is that expandable? Does that feel good to you guys? What do you think?
We probably have a little bit of room to add a couple more tables inside, but just expect cozy seating when you come in.
Okay.
Expect a cozy family dinner, if you will. And come spring, summer, we do intend to build out the courtyard to offer outdoor seating, which is another 50 to 60 seats. So we'll be able to double our capacity seasonally.
You know, anybody who goes to Little Italy in New York or to Little Italy in Cleveland can dig what you've. I mean, when you go to New York, you are barely in there. You know.
Right.
I mean, so, and they'll squeeze 60 seats with about 40% less space than you have, right? So that's pretty exciting. Louis, weigh in on the downtown as far as what you would love to see that maybe is beyond the EDDC, maybe that the city could do, or I'm you know, everybody says, well, there's not enough parking. Well, we have a parking garage, you know, literally within steps. But are there some things? I mean, I feel like I don't know. I'd love to get the snow mounds away from the meters and stuff like that. You know,
that was actually the first thing that came to mind. Would probably be the handling of snow removal. I know last year we got hit pretty bad. But it seemed like the city took longer than most other area in the county to get with it, remove the snow. So just people getting in and out to pick things up or getting staff members in and out was a real pain last year. So I would say definitely that kind of stuff. But a lot of the other things we just kind of take with living in a city. Construction, parking being limited, or peaks times fluctuating. Otherwise, I think a lot of the sentiment is just more collaboration between city and businesses, kind of being put into the loop a little bit more when these closures are happening. Usually I don't find out that something in front of my shop is closing me down until the morning I go to open the shop. Wow. That would probably be the biggest thing, because if I know ahead of time, we'll course correct, we'll fix it, we'll find a way to get around it. But having to do it on the fly makes it a little bit more challenging.
Are you guys feeling pretty good about the business mix? You mentioned that Dave's Diner looks like, you know, they removed the paper. It looks like they might be coming online soon. This is all good news, isn't it? Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the more traffic we get downtown, the better it is for all of us. People can really experience the growth and see it firsthand for themselves and want them coming back. And one day they go to Dave's Diner and they're like, oh, Hazards is over there. Let's go check out Hazards tomorrow night. Just to get them down here and experience it. Because I had a lot of family come in town for the ribbon cutting last week, and they were all so impressed with downtown, and they grew up here. We're out in the bars like us in our 20s, and the change in growth they were really impressed with.
Yeah, I would imagine, you know, on occasion you have doctors and nurses in scrubs, you know, getting a beer after work, or, you know, checking in with, I mean, that's the kind of vibe that we have here. We're so close to Hammett. We're so close to Gannon, so close to Erie Insurance. There just seems like there would be natural traffic. And, of course, you were pulling in folks for the tailoring shop literally from all around the tri-state.
Yeah, from all the surrounding
I see my
cities.
buddies from Edinburgh coming up to your shop,
For sure. Well, I would say if I could add one thing to that is giving something for our customers to do after they're done visiting us, which is one of the things I love about Hazards is like when they're done visiting, driving all the way in, they're like, what else can I do? And obviously there's food around they can eat, but that's usually they're picking one place and they're doing it. But to have somewhere where they can jump around, where they could do a round of mini golf and then go over here and have another experience and another experience, I think would kind of elongate the time people spend downtown. So instead of coming in, doing something at my shop, maybe grabbing lunch and leaving, maybe they're staying around doing some other activities and then staying long enough for dinner and then grabbing something again. I think if we can expand their time in downtown, at least from what I've noticed, would be a huge addition.
I'll never forget when John Persinger was talking to us. He was saying, I intentionally wanted to come downtown with my kids and do something. This is on a Saturday afternoon, and it was really tough. Yeah. Now, that has all opened up. There's lunch at Serafini's. There's the food hall. There's Hazards for golf, maybe the diner soon. It just... And, of course, the Children's Museum is... Man, oh, man. I mean...
We have seen that in the short time they've been open, Serafini's has been open. We've had people waiting before their reservation. They'll come up and have a drink with us or after. So it's nice to kind of work together with that kind of thing. And like you said, elongate people's visits downtown.
Along with elongating the visits, if that makes sense. I can't remember who to give credit this to, but you're talking about the city and how we need to get help from the city. 2-hour parking doesn't help. Like, right, when you park outside and all of a sudden you forget about the meter, you're like, oh, I went downtown, I went to Serafini's, I went and checked out Lewis's place, went to Hazards, and all of a sudden you forgot about your app or you just forgot to go down there. Now you have a $30 ticket. That's not making people come back down. You know, like
not a happy,
you could reuse it. I know how to redo it on my phone, but like
wow.
if you forget about it or you're dining with your kids, you just spent $200 downtown, all of a sudden you get a $30 ticket. You're like, well, that was fun, but I don't know if I really want to come back and do that. So I mean, that's like a serious problem. And I saw somebody posting it up the street about it too, and I was like, that's actually a very good point because, let's let them park there, not free, but just figure something out where it's not a 2-hour time limit all the time, and that would help.
I don't want to get negative, but are you concerned about some of the things that? I have a problem with the e-bikes on, zipping past on the sidewalks and things. Do you feel like there needs to be a little bit more law enforcement coverage north of the park? Is that something you guys have encountered? I mean, we've been coming here for 3 years, and there's just a few things that, boy, I'd love to have attention to.
Tom's our guy.
What do you think? You're our security guy?
He just lives right around here, so he would know too. Yeah.
I live here, and then I'm at Hazards every day.
Yeah, so he doesn't leave the block much.
Nice.
I think the area is much, much, much safer than people think.
Okay.
And some people. Of course, there's always going to be problems downtown. And we've had a couple issues, and the response time hasn't been the best. So, yes, to answer your question, yes, I think a little more attention will be good down this way. But there hasn't been a ton of issues.
Gotcha.
Especially now, like you said, when McDonald's was over there, it was like a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Now the area is pretty clean, I think.
Right, and also more stuff that's happening, less trouble happens almost,
right.
Mostly.
It kind of balances the market out, doesn't it? There's a lot of
more clientele
people
down
around.
Here. Yeah.
I notice you can always tell on a Thursday night that this place just kind of peaks up. Just a lot more traffic, and then on gallery night, forget it. I mean, it's busy, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of things to look forward to, for things coming downtown here. And I'm also thinking about, they're renovating Modern Tool. They're trying to, upgrade those apartments. There's just a lot of people living downtown. And so that just got to mean,
I walk all over the place downtown, and it's nice to see the same faces, and you're starting to, especially in the last couple of years, you see a lot more people just kind of walking around, walking their dog, going for a run. So it's becoming more of a walkable city, I think.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Well, I want to pay attention to your time here. let's do hours and contact information. We'll start with you, Lewis, here. If someone, if someone wants a suit or needs tailoring, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're open downtown Mondays through Fridays, 9:30 to 5:30, and then Saturdays 10 to 2. They can check us out on our website, primotailoring.com. You can book appointments. You can take a brief sampling of some of our retail selection, which has been expanding a lot recently. But otherwise, calling our shop phone, 814-823-2088, I do believe is the number.
Okay. And the website one more time.
primotailoring.com.
Beautiful. How about hazards?
Actually, as of this week, we are open 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we open at 5. Thursday, Friday, we open at 3. Saturday, Sunday, we open at noon.
Okay. And golf
glad I remember
the
that.
whole time, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mini golf's always available. Yeah.
What time do you close at night generally, or?
It's generally 11 during the week and then midnight on the weekends.
Okay.
And all information can be found on our website. It's hazardserie.com. Or follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We always do updates there. Music.
Round the golf is
$10.
That's
$10 per round.
piece of cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. How about you, Amanda? What are we doing with hours and so on?
Like I said earlier, we will be expanding our hours when we have the staff to do so. But currently, we are closed on Mondays. Tuesdays, we are open for lunch, 11 to 3, along with Wednesday, 11 to 3. Thursdays, 11 to 3. This Friday is our first lunch and dinner service in the same day, so we will be open all day long. Our kitchen will stay open until 10 o'clock, and Saturday will be open from 4 to 10, and Sunday dinners are from 3 to 8.
Fantastic.
You can call us at 814-310-8576. Most our up-to-date information is going to be on Google currently. Our website is still being built out, so it's just a landing page right now. So you can Google us and then check out eatserafinis.com in the future, and of course Facebook.
And I can imagine that the DoorDash thing eventually and all that stuff, or
Eventually, yeah. People
Yeah.
can come in during lunch right now to
do a to-go, or?
to place to go.
Yeah.
We're not taking phone orders yet or online orders, but we will be. It is
Amazing.
coming.
The meatballs are to die for. They are really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, Serafini's and Hazards Mini Golf and Primo Tailoring. Lewis, Tom, Tony, and Amanda, thank you so much for taking the time. And, welcome to the neighborhood to everybody, right?
Thanks for having us.
Salute, as they say on the wall there at Serafini's. It's the Joel Natale Show.